to spend the last hour with you, and now I get to introduce to you the one and only beautiful inside and out, Crystal Cruz. She is a serial entrepreneur. She is a veteran. Thank you for your service, Crystal. She has become such, I might cry, an instrumental part of my life. And I have grown to love this woman through meeting her on social media. And I'm just super excited to be able to pass the mic over to you, Crystal. I'm so emotional. I'm sorry, but I just love this woman, and I cannot say enough about how much she means to me and every single person who works with her. She has taught me so much, even though she is one of the coaches that I would always pass others to. So thank you, Crystal.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. And never apologize for being emotional. It just means you're real, you're human, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of your world and be along this journey of entrepreneurship, because we're not meant to do life alone. And so thank you so much for your beautiful introduction. And it's just an honor to share this space with you every Monday. So this is Breakfast with Champions, Cruise Beyond Limits, Health is Wealth segment. So our Monday motivation, I love starting my days with you all. So for those of you who have not heard my voice, I see a lot of familiar faces on stage. Hi, Melanie. Oh my gosh, congratulations on that TEDx stage. Also Jake and Trent. I heard a little bit of the last segment. That is a goal of mine. I just was not able to make this last one, but I promise you it is happening. You will see me on the TEDx stage someday, and it's going to be soon. So I'm ready. So if anybody's coming with me, let's go. Let's do it. Because we need some accountability. We need some support. We need the best coaches out there. And obviously, Rachel and her team is just incredible. And there's no one else that I would ever work with. So thank you so much, Rachel, for that awesome intro. So today's talk, I really want to go through not falling off your fitness this fall. As a life and fitness accelerator and business accelerator, I'm on a mission to help empower everyone put themselves and their health first for 34 minutes a day so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. And this is a season, we're going into the fall season. It's a seasons of change where we tend to shed things. We tend to go into, some people go into hibernation, and some people actually fall off their fitness because we're no longer, wearing the shorts and the tank tops or the dresses or, we're covering up with, I'm wearing a big sweatshirt and, comfy pants right now. It's cold. It just dropped like 25 degrees overnight. Just went from like summer to fall. And so it's so easy for us to fall out of our routine and not really fall in love with fitness. So my goal is to help empower people, not wait till 2024 to start or to restart. I really want to empower you to ignite your fire and set some healthy goals and standards for your fitness this fall and for your life. And I will tell you, when you have seasons of change, I know I just released my Road to Resilience, how to have courageous confidence in seasons of change. One of the biggest things that the best things that you can do while you're going through hard things is having a set of non-negotiables and clear goals and standards for your life and your fitness, your mental and your physical fitness. So this is regards to health and with regards to your fitness and your career and your relationships. Because I don't know about y'all, but when you're stressed, when I'm feeling pressure and overwhelmed, I'm a little bit more irritable. I'm not, on my best game. And so I really need to make sure that I do the best I can with the things that I can control. And that is my own physical well-being, my nutrition, my hydration, the way that I move, and the way that the things that I consume. Okay, so I just really want to hit the reset button. And if you needed this little gentle nudge or reminder, I'm going to give you 5 tips today to make sure that we set some clear intentions for this fall, to make sure that we set ourselves up for success so we don't fall out, so we don't fall off. All right. And I really focus on this a lot because the more that we are falling off, getting on and off again, it takes so much longer and it's so much harder to get back on the wagon, if you will. Okay. So I just want to introduce my 5 tips here today. Number 1, so that we don't fall off our fitness this fall, I think it's important to set some clear goals for ourselves. So maybe we need to set a new goal, right? Maybe it's not losing 10 pounds. Maybe it's like, you know what? I want to have a new routine, or I want to have more endurance, or maybe I want to try a new workout routine, right? So spicing it up a little bit can really sometimes give us a rejuvenated and a recharged look at fitness and as movement. So it's not so daunting. So it's not a task or something that we have to do, or it's like, oh, like I'm dreading it, right? And so I think the more that we can make fitness fun and reinvigorate ourselves, and I've been doing this for a very long time. And so many times people look at me and they're like, I can never work out with you. I could never run with you. Guess what? I've been doing this since the day I could walk. I've been in fitness, right? And various different methods and coaches. And I've done anything from dancing. I was a professional belly dancer. I was a professional cheerleader in the NFL. So I did a lot of, hip hop dancing, belly dancing, ballet, tap, jazz, all of it. And then also I was a runner and I tried every sport under the under the sun except for basketball because I'm only 4'11 and 3/4. So no basketball, no volleyball, but pretty much everything else I have tried. I tried bowling. I was the captain of the bowling team. Like there's just so many things. I did darts. I was in a dart league. So many things that you can do to reinvigorate what brings you joy and how can you make fitness fun. So I think it's important to set some clear goals. So what can you do to kind of recharge and re-energize yourself? So you might want to try a new workout, maybe improve your speed or your endurance or your strength. Maybe we start adding some weights. In my fitness program, for those of you who don't know, I have a virtual fitness program. It's an online virtual HIIT camp. And so they're 30-minute high intensity interval training and kickboxing sessions. So there's a huge variety. And I like to say I make fitness fun, right? So every single workout is different. And we do anything from spin to booty bands to weights to you name it. There are over 600 workouts that are on demand at any given time in our fitness vault. And then I go live at least 3 times a week with a brand new workout. And I just hosted the Cruise Beyond Limits famous pumpkin pump last week. And it was an incredible workout with a 10-pound pumpkin. And we used it for the entire 30-minute session. And we get to make it fun and just not take ourselves so seriously. So I really want you to set some clear goals. And maybe it's like, I want to have fun with my fitness and try new things and not stop until I find some things that work for me. Okay. So in my fitness program, there is a way for you to join at any time. I am running a fall special, just so you know, until December 1st. So it is my fall special on the annual plan. So it's $20 off per month. So if you want access to that program and you're not sure what that looks like, you can start today. You don't have to start on the first of the month. So you can hop in it to any of the workouts. I taught this morning our Monday motivator, which is an epic workout. And so send me a message if you want to give it a try and just set some clear goals for yourself. All right. And say, you know what? I want strength. I want endurance. I want fun, whatever that is. I want to try something new. Just say, commit to a goal. So that's tip number 1. It's going to recharge and re-energize yourself. And I'll tell you, I have been in the fitness game for my entire life. And I too have to switch up my routine because our body actually gets into a comfort zone. It gets comfortable with how you train it. So if you don't switch it up and you don't challenge it, it's going to hit a plateau. Right. And so many times my clients come to me and they're like, well, I've been working out for months and months and months and I'm not seeing results. And I'm like, so I start to ask her questions like, what are you doing to achieve the results that you desire? What are your goals? right? And so many times they're like, well, I do the same circuit and, I go 3 times a week and I lift, I do an upper body and a lower body and, and it's like sometimes we make small, very small changes in their routine to perhaps add some cardio, maybe have a step goal, maybe focus on their nutrition, and maybe add in some, some high intensity interval training like my program that will kind of just turn up the heat a little bit. And it brings a little bit of extra zest and energy back into the routine. And the body just wakes up and it gets recharged and re-energized. So I've been saying this recharge a lot. I just hosted a 3-day 16 women retreat in Tennessee. I just got back late last night. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was epic. And it was called the Recharged Experience. So this recharge is really high on my mind right now as I feel recharged and re-energized from doing this work and pouring into the people that want to live happier and healthier and want to commit to a set of standards and non-negotiables for their life so that when life happens, they're set with a set of standards and non-negotiables that will not have them fall off their game, that they will be unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable when life gets thrown at them because they're in a system and a routine of a constant state of growth and a lean in attitude to have a zest for life and get creative and set some clear goals and maybe reset or recharge your goals. And sometimes we have to do this. And fall right now at the end of this month, starting November 1st, this is a great time to do this. All right. So as the leaves change, we're shedding some of the stuff that, maybe wasn't serving us this year. So this is a great time to recharge and re-energize. All right. So if you also need some support with recharging and re-energizing your goals, please follow me over on social media. Send me a message. I have a couple vision board workshops that I love to do. It is one of my most favorite things to do. And I actually did a 2-hour vision board workshop at this retreat this past weekend. And I was able to help these ladies map out the 8 areas of your life to find that balance, to be able to navigate all the things, your relationships, your finances, your faith, your personal development, your career, your family, your home, just all the things that are just all up in our brain at any given time, which sends us into overwhelm and sometimes some blame and shame and guilt because we're not tapping in intentionally and not setting clear, manageable goals that we can move the needle forward one step and one day at a time in each area of our life. So if you kind of need this reset and recharge, stay tuned. Definitely follow me. Send me a message. I will get you the link. I know that there's one scheduled this month in November and one in December. I just don't know the exact date right now, so I don't want to speak to it, but send me a message. I will get you the link. It is an incredible experience. It's on Zoom. It's 2 hours. You can invite your spouse, your family member, and it's really just one per household. Or you want to have a little, a fun party with your friends or, maybe your church group, your small group, whatever. Let's set that intention and invite them and maybe host a party and we can stream in and I will be there to walk you through my system. That works. This work works when you do the work. So I love to do that. So send me a message if you want to really set some clear goals in these areas of your life. All right, so the first tip to not fall off your fitness this fall is to set some clear goals, some new goals for yourself. And I'm not sure if you can hear my stomach growling. I didn't have lunch yet, so hopefully you don't hear that. But it's actively growling. So I know that my standard is to eat every 2 hours. I nap in the afternoon. I always say I'm like an infant when I meet someone. Like I don't miss a meal. I have to eat every 2 hours. So this is kind of my feeding time, but I'm grateful to be here with you. Now I'm looking forward to my lunch after this. So the next one, speaking of which, is create a schedule for yourself. Okay, so it's so important, especially as entrepreneurs and business owners. Life and other people's priorities can quickly take over our schedule. If we don't plan and we don't have set intentions and we don't time block and map out our day to say, you know what, this is when I'm going to spend the time for my journaling and my intentions or my prayer or my gratitude or my workout or the times where I'm going to check email, the times I'm going to do social media, the times where I'm just going to read and kick back, the times that I'm going to take breaks because we need them too. Yes, you too. The times that you need to eat, the times you need to wake up the times you need to wake up, the times you need to go to bed, right? And I'm not saying you have to structure your day so rigidly, but if you don't schedule the things that are important to you, guess what? Other people's schedules and other people's priorities and other people's text messages and other people's phone calls are going to take over. Because if you're anything like me and the clients that I work with, you are a beautiful, giving, loving soul, and you will pour into everyone and everything else, and sometimes at the expense of others. So that does not make you a bad person for putting yourself and your health first and scheduling it into your day. If you don't create that schedule, you're going to end up depleted, lost, defeated, overwhelmed, and with an empty cup and start to resent the people and the things that really used to bring you joy. And sometimes it's your children, and sometimes it's your business, and sometimes it's your spouse, sometimes it's your family, sometimes it's your commitments that you signed up for that you wish you would have said no to. Your volunteer work, your church work, whatever that is. Sometimes we need to say no to the things and to create more space and bandwidth to the things that do set our soul on fire. And sometimes it's not forever. Most recently, I've been going through a lot of grief. I've really been through multiple grief. Compound grief is very challenging and very difficult. And the one thing that I really know that I can focus on is my mental and physical well-being, my set of standards and non-negotiables, the things that I need to do to move the needle forward in my business and in my life and in the relationships that I know that are necessary to fuel me forward in the next chapter of my life. And so in these moments, I've had to say no to the things that are no longer serving me. And this is really hard. I will tell you, this has been very challenging. I've said no to obligations. I have stepped off of boards. Because I used to be able to say yes to everything. And in this season of change and in this season of my life, there's things that I've had to let go. And when I think about it, when I create my schedule, I say, how much bandwidth do I really honestly have where I know that I am serving the people that are present in front of me? And I had to have an honest conversation with my schedule. And the hardest things to do is to resign from something that you love. And I will tell you, that thing resigning from this particular board has brought me peace. Because what was happening is I wasn't giving it the full attention that I needed. And so I didn't feel like I was serving the people that I needed to serve. And that is worse. That feels worse, that I know I'm not showing up presently fully for the people that need me. So I'm going to say no to that because I'm not able to give my full self, and that's not fair, right? So if you come from a servant leadership mentality, I think it's powerful. I think it's strong. I at first, I got some negativity. I got some negative comments back. I'll tell you, I've had some keyboard ninjas, some people that are saying like, are you sure? Like, you don't seem like you're having a hard time right now. You hide it pretty well on social media. Seems like you have a lot of time on your hands. But what we don't see below the surface that's not on social media are the hard things, the challenges, the relationships, the grief, the stress, and the overwhelm of life. So having an honest conversation and creating a schedule that works for you in this season of your life. And it might just be for a couple months just to get you through the holidays. And I'm a firm believer that if there's things that you're saying no to and you have this gut intuition that you're like, no, I think I need to drop this, those intuitive nudges, think about it. Pray on it if you're a Christian, you want to pray, if that calls to you, then pray on it. Think about it. Don't make rash decisions. But if it keeps nudging, say no to the things that aren't serving you and say yes to the things that are serving you. And the most important thing that you can do is invest in yourself and your health and schedule it. Schedule your workouts, schedule your mindfulness, schedule your meditation, like an appointment, like the doctor's office. Because you don't cancel if you got to get a pap smear, or sorry, maybe you do, but I mean, I want to. No, I don't think that's like the last thing we want to do, right? For those ladies out there. Sorry, guys, if you're listening. But if you have a dental cleaning, if you have your annual checkup, maybe it's a cancer screening. That's the last thing I want to do is go for my cancer screenings. I have one in a couple of weeks coming up. I am deathly afraid of what's going to come every single time. It's horrible, but you don't cancel it. So why do we cancel on ourselves? We cancel on ourselves all the time. We cancel on ourselves when we know to eat, we need to eat the nutritious meals, when we know we need to hydrate, when we know we need the proper sleep and we're staying up on Instagram scrolling all the reels, when we know we need to move our body for at least 30 minutes a day, when we know we need to have our steps and get our steps in. But yet we let everyone else take control of us. So schedule it like you do the appointment, like you do for your kids, like you do for your spouse. You create appointments that you would never cancel on your friends and the people that need you. You need you. You need you at 100%. So schedule the things that are going to fuel you forward. Put it in your calendar, right? And I have several tools and resources to help you. We not only have a system of accountability in a group, but I have the Crystal Clear Life Planner. It's a 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. It maps out not only the 8 pillars of your life with the vision board workshops, and we do this every month, and we actually reflect on it. All right, so we do this continuous loop and continuous reflection. And then also the link above, if you're over on Clubhouse, is the Cruise Beyond Limits habit tracker. So it's a 30-day habit tracker where we can say the things that we want to work on to amplify our life, the things that we want to schedule in our day. And I'll just really quickly go over mine. It's don't hit the snooze button. Do a morning workout, mindful meditation. Now, it doesn't say how long the meditation. It can be 60 seconds. But I know that my day is going to be greater and I'm going to be more mindful if I have meditation in each and every day. And this is relatively new for me in the last couple of years, where I found meditation to be very helpful. Especially, I'm a very high energy. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. My brain is in a million different directions. And when I can slow down, it brings so much clarity. And that used to be a buzzword, like a trigger word for me. Slow down, slow down. And now I love the power of the pause and slowing down in the silence and quieting the noise, because it brings so much more clarity. And I've learned this lesson time over time. And I just keep getting knocked in the head, like, slow down, slow down. And God has told me, no, you're going to sit down. You don't slow down. You're not listening. Okay. I'm going to make you sit down so you listen and slow down and quiet the noise. So that's why I create this program and these systems and this and the recharge retreats, the revive and thrive retreats, so that we can quiet the brain and slow down. So we schedule all of this. Reading for 10 minutes, 3 lead generating activities. Now I'm very vague in these. So I get some creative juices. Yes, this is a little structured, but I know that if I meet these standards for my life every single day, I feel energized. I feel like I'm moving the needle forward. So creating a schedule and a tracker, this really helps the brain say, yep, you're doing the dang thing. Yep, she's showing up again. Yep, she's doing it. All right. One intimate connection. I work from home. I'm in my spare bedroom. I've been working from home for, almost 6 years now. My business birthday is November 1st in 2 days. It's my 6-year business anniversary. I'm super excited to celebrate that. But I've been working from home, growing my business, my online global brand for 6 years. All right. And so what happens is I've moved 4 times in the last 6 years. I'm about to move again here shortly. And it's really hard to find in-person connections. And so I'm very intentional with the connections. I'm very intentional with scheduling my routine so that I can make sure that I'm not isolated. I'm not cocooning, because I used to do it, especially in seasons of change and when I'm struggling with things. It's easy to cocoon. It's easy to isolate, especially if you work from home. So focusing on those connections and reaching out and being intentional with the relationships has been really powerful for me. And then going to bed by 10. I know that I need to shut down my brain and I need to shut down my body to be able to get the sleep and the rest and recovery needed, because I accomplished so much. I feel like I live 2 lives before 9 a.m. I'm up early. I get my workout in. I accomplish so much. And so I need to make sure that I'm recharged and re-energized for the next day. All right. So if you want access to this 30-day habit tracker, you get to design your day. So you get to type it out or write it out and track each day how you're doing. All right. And you'll get some inspiration in your email box. For me, this is a free resource for you. Okay. There's other resources that I have, but this one's free for you. So I highly encourage you, give it a try and try it for the first 30 days and see how you feel. Send me a message. Let me know how it works for you. And then also there's a workout tracker here, so you can just check off each day. And then there's a water tracker as well to track your hydration. One of the biggest things that my retreat guests said this weekend was, holy cow, I never realized staying so hydrated and eating nutritious meals on a regular basis, because I had them on a feeding schedule, if you will, like an infant, right? So we scheduled our workouts, we scheduled our meals, we scheduled our snacks, we scheduled not scheduled our hydration. Hydration was constant throughout the weekend. And many times people were like, holy cow, I didn't realize how much energy I could have by just keeping my body fueled and re-energized and being in this community. And it brings so much mental clarity and energy. So that's important. So creating a schedule for yourself that you don't cancel. So tip number 1, set clear goals and intentions and standards. Tip number 2, create a schedule for yourself. Tip number 3, as we talk about hydration and nutrition, you may need to adjust your diet and your nutrition a little bit this fall. So over the next couple of months, really focus. Maybe you say, all right, I'm going to do some meal prepping. I'm going to maybe freeze some food, do some soups. I love making soups. We made a white chicken chili for the retreat this weekend. I also made a butternut squash soup, which was to die for. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So if you want my recipes, send me a message. I'll make sure I get you recipes. In our community, we share recipes as well to get re-energize and recharge your recipes and your meal prepping. And sometimes just getting someone else's idea, like, holy cow, I never thought to make that. We get so conditioned in just what we normally eat and what to expect, and our body kind of expects that. So if you put junk in your body's going to be conditioned to expect junk. And if you kind of peel back and you pull back from some of that junk and recharge and re-energize and revive your life and your body with good, hearty, nutritious meals like that, the fall foliage, like the oranges and the reds and the greens. Like I just saw the leaves driving through the mountains of Tennessee yesterday, coming home from the retreat, and just looking at the beautiful lake and all the trees. Like, why can't your food be that way too? Why can't it be colorful and vibrant and leafy and just full of flavor and love and warmth? So maybe see how you can recharge and revive your diet this fall. All right. So I highly recommend soups. We did a leafy greens salad with almonds and roasted and cranberries. And we made some butternut squash to have on the side. And we did a raspberry vinaigrette. It can be so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be gourmet, right? So there's simple things that you can do to bring that warmth. Okay. You can do pumpkin seed, whatever. All right. So that's tip number 3, adjust your diet. All right. To make sure you can have excitement. So it doesn't have to be so boring and bland. All right. You can still eat healthy and be mindful of your portions, right? Because I think we want comfort food. So a lot of times, many people pack on the pounds because they're eating more and they're covering up with big sweatshirts. So be mindful of your portions. All right. And just because it's fall doesn't mean that we need to double up and triple and quadruple our portions. Right. So if you need support in this area, please reach out. Let's have a conversation. I subscribe to flexible dieting. So I eat cookies. I drink wine. I eat pizza. I have the unhealthy snacks too, but I eat clean 90% of the time. Okay, so I have a system and a regimen that I can enjoy the foods and the sweets and the things that I love and still achieve my goals and still be mindful. Okay, so it's not restrictive. No, I'm not going to ask you to, get rid of everything, right? There's a system and a rhythm to it. So I work with my clients to fall in love with their fitness and their hydration and their nutrition, to find a system, a long-term lifestyle, and a system that works for you and your health and your goals. All right. So, but in the absence of nothing, I have a set of tools. I have a grocery list. I have all of these things. So if you're just getting started, why not try something that you know that works? All right. So send me a message. I'd love to have a conversation with you. All right. So tip number 3, adjust your diet. So tip number 1, set clear goals. Tip number 2, create a schedule that works for you. Tip number 3, adjust your diet. Tip number 4, book a trip. Put something on the calendar. I highly recommend. Don't wait till Christmas. Don't wait till New Year's. Don't wait till 2024 to book something for the spring. There's something psychologically that happens in your brain when you have something on the calendar. When you know something's coming, the motivation and that light in that fire inside of you is like, oh, I got something coming, right? So it keeps you on track. And I know for me as a marathon runner and even as a fitness coach, if I don't have a trip planned, if I don't have a race planned, if I don't have something to look forward to, chances are I'm going to fall into a slump. Because as humans, we want to be hopeful. We want to be like little kids, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Disney, right? And so like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for our summer trip. I can't wait for fall break so I can, have these memories. Right? So being forward thinking and hopeful and inspired by creating future goals, putting yourself in the future. Now, that takes commitment. And that might mean you have to budget. That might mean you have to put a deposit down. All right? So book a trip. Get something on the calendar that you can get excited about, that can help you set some better goals, create a schedule for yourself, adjust your diet if you need to, right? Get healthy nutrition and the mental clarity to fuel you forward so that you're not feeling shameful and guiltful and covering yourself up when you get to that event. It takes 9 months to grow a pineapple. It also takes 9 months to grow a new human. In 9 months from now, in June of next year, for instance, or July's my next retreat. 9 months from now, you can have an entire different outlook on life, an entirely different house, bank account, business, or body. 9 months from now, your life can be completely different if you make the changes, if you set the intentions, if you set clear goals, if you create a schedule, if you have the healthy nutrition and hydration and movement and recovery and rest. If you book it and set the intention and commit to yourself. And that might mean an energy exchange. It might mean investing in something. So my next retreat is coming up July 25th to the 31st. I almost got it wrong. It's been so impactful. I host retreats in Costa Rica in a mansion on the top of a mountain, and it is epic. It's an amazing transformational experience. And up until recently, it's been 6 days. And I've been listening to the feedback of these ladies that have been having massive life-changing transformations in just 6 days. And they continue with me for months and years after these experiences. But they're like, we want more. So I added a day. So now it's 1 week and I'm only doing one next year. So if you want to commit and book a trip and you want some Cruise Beyond Limits in your world and you want a little kick in the booty and you want to unpeel the layers of yourself and your health to recharge, revive, and thrive in your life, in your fitness, in your business, in your relationships, in your life, we're going to unpeel the layers. We're going to help find some zest and energy for your life again. So if you're in a season of change, maybe you're trying to find your identity. You're like, maybe you just retired, or maybe you're in a change in your life. Maybe you've just gone through a divorce, or maybe you are in transition of your career. I work with a lot of hosted 15 female veterans over this weekend, right? Some of them are current service members. Some of them have been veterans for many, many years, and they just want a sisterhood and connection, and they want to recharge and revive their life. These are the experiences, and they're transformational. So if you want that, you book a trip, send me a message. And if you want access to that, I'll get you the information. But I highly recommend, especially maybe it's a 5K. Maybe you want to walk a 5K. That's cool too, right? Or maybe it's a marathon, half marathon, 10K, whatever that is. Set a stretch goal for yourself. Invest and commit. I'm a marathon coach. I've run 26 marathons in a 50-mile race. The very first step to a marathon, running a marathon, half marathon, 5K, whatever it is signing up. No, it's not training for it. Oh, I'll wait till I'll start training, and then when I'm ready, I'll sign up. No, wrong. Wrong. Right answer is sign up first. Commit, because the brain will put you there. You have an energy exchange of money. You have committed. You've put it on your calendar. Then you start. If you wait till you're quote unquote ready, you're never going to be ready. So start now, commit to it, and then we backwards plan and we get you there safely. All right. So book a trip, book a retreat, book a 5K, whatever that is, book that stretch goal for you, book the conference, book that next training. Get out there, reach outside your comfort zone and commit to it. And then we'll figure it out. You will figure it out. I promise you. And if you quote unquote think you're going to fail, guess what? You're going to learn. There's going to be lessons to be learned along the way. And so that for that, you are never failing. I have 2 cards. I have like these motivational quotes on my keyboard right here. And it says, you never fail until you stop trying. And then the other one, it says, I did not fail. I will not fail because I'm never going to stop trying. I'm never going to stop learning. I'm never going to stop leveling up. Never going to stop growing. I'm never going to stop booking experiences and committing myself to that next level version of me. And that's what I want for you too. So tip number 1, set clear goals. Tip number 2, create a schedule for yourself that you do not cancel on yourself. Tip number 3, address your diet, nutrition, your sleep, whatever you need to do. Adjust it, make it fun. Tip number 4, book a trip. Come to my retreat in Costa Rica. It's a week of transformation. It's incredible. Send me a message or book something for yourself. Tip number 5, join a group. Get accountability, especially in the fall season, as the leaves change, as the temperature drops, people don't go outside as much. So find a group. I have a fitness group. It's an online fitness group. We meet on Zoom once a month. We go live. There's an accountability group chat that is on fire 24/7. You have a group of virtual gym besties. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too cold. It's too dark in the morning. I don't want to get to the gym. I can't drive that far. Life happens. I can't get out of the house. Join my fitness community. Join an amazing group of women that are trying to level up their fitness, their life, their relationships, and their health by showing up each and every day for 30 minutes. 30 minutes of movement, including warm up and cool down. You're worth those 30 minutes. And so many times the spouses, I have husbands that join, family members, sisters, children, my nieces do it. So many kids. It's so powerful. All right, so join a group, do things together, have the accountability and support. Also, fun fact, my book that just came out, Road to Resilience, is going to be coming out on Audible by the end of this year. And in January, we're going to be doing a book club with my book, The Road to Resilience, 5 ways to have courageous confidence in seasons of change. So there's a workbook with journal prompts that you can join a book club. You can do a virtual book club or an in-person book club. So there's ways to be able to stay connected and hold yourself accountable to the things that you enjoy, right? There's so many things, you name it. There's quilting. A woman that I was hosting in the retreat, she's like, I don't know how to quilt, but I have this group that I kind of go to and I'm kind of connected with. And by the end of the retreat, she's like, I want to get more involved with this group. I want to learn. I want to learn something new. So she was recharged and re-energized to be able to tap into that creative side. And that's more fun, right? And so sometimes we just need that. Sometimes we need that connection. I know making adult friends is hard, especially like-minded ones that are going after the dreams and goals and things that you want, that are aligned in your values and where you're going. And I know firsthand, if you are not in alignment with your values, there's going to be conflict. I'm here to help empower you to put yourself and your health. I'm a life and fitness and business accelerator. So it's all about mindfulness and health and fitness and holistic wellness. If you don't want that for your life, guess what? We're not going to align. If you want to party and be drinking and smoking and joking all day long and all night, we are not in alignment. All right. So I will love you. I'll support you. I'll cheer you on, but we're not going to do business together. Right? So I want people on my team that are in alignment of my goals of integrity, of service, of teamwork, of passion and purpose and direction. We're going places. I'm putting pedal to the metal, and this is just the beginning. So join a group that are in alignment, that fuel you forward, not the energy suckers, not the ones that hold you back, not the ones as well, you're rowing 10 paces forward, they're letting the air out your tire, or they pulled the plug of the drain. All right. So be careful. Watch out for that. And say yes to the people that are filling your cup and fueling you forward, and say no to the things that are not, and the people that are not, and be unapologetically happy with it and be at peace. I went to Trent Shelton's Protect Your Peace experience in New York City last month. It was incredible. And he talks a lot about protecting your peace. You get one life, one shot. So you get to protect your peace, your worthiness, your life, your goals, your business, your fitness, your body, your heart. So know your worth, protect your peace. And I'm here to support you through that. So if anybody has any questions, I want to open up the mic. I see Jessica's here, Tarika's here, Melanie, I love you, Tosh, Crystal. Oh my gosh, some beautiful faces here on stage in Clubhouse. I'm going to catch up with comments over on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. I'm omnipresent. I'm all over because we're efficient creatures, right? We do so much with our 1,440 minutes in a day. So if you want to learn how to level up your life, your health, your fitness, your business, I'm a keynote speaker tomorrow at this health and wellness conference. It's going to be epic, and I cannot wait. I also have another 5-day course, my Bombshell Confidence course, coming up in a couple weeks. That is going to be November 13th to the 17th. So there's plenty of opportunities to tap into the Cruise Beyond Limits community. So send me a message. Let's see what works for you and get you started. But make sure you click the link. I will continue to engage with you. I am back in Louisville, Kentucky this week. I've been traveling a lot. I'm going to be in Vegas for the Military Influencer Conference, going on my next book tour. So this will be my third book that's coming out. It's called Leave No Mill Spouse Behind. So I'm kicking off that book tour in Vegas next week. So if you're going to be at the Military Influencer Conference, come to my table. I'm going to have a vendor table there. I will be there. So I can't wait to see you over at Resort World in Vegas. I cannot wait. So send me a message. I'd love to yield the mic to anybody for the next couple of minutes on stage that wants to ask any questions, share any reflections, and how can I support you today? Happy Monday. And I'm going to take a sip.
It's Jessica.
Hello, beautiful.
Hello. I was trying to not talk over you on my date, but I just wanted to give you flowers with leading by example with things you've pivoted away from in order to be of service and have more energy to pour into where your impact will be. And it's evident by all the things that you have going on that wouldn't be possible if you didn't make those leadership changes. And I appreciate your transparency during this time of year and just changes you've been experiencing and going through and the grief process. And it's inspiring to see you just being so courageous and transparent around it, because we all have things going on and sometimes feel like in different rooms or spaces we'll be judged to be open and honest when we're not feeling 100%, or I don't know, there's just pressure to operate a whole different way. And It's not that I don't know, but there's an ebb and flow between like legit reasons and excuses to not move forward. So I know through the loss of someone very important to you and that legacy there, that she is a reason you're moving forward and continuing to be a light. And if you can do this through your experiences of knowing what it's like to be invisible and to not be able to move and be as multifaceted, anyone can do it. So I just appreciate you still being a cheerleader, but in a different capacity. That still shines bright, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Jessica. You're so sweet. I appreciate all of your comments and love and support. And just, it's been an honor to have you here every Monday. You're just so beautiful and strong and resilient, and never apologize for chiming in. And so I just love hearing your voice. You give me inspiration and hope. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess I just also thought we might be ending the room soon.
Yes.
But a question I had in regards to, I had a collaboration idea as far as a retreat.
Okay.
Potentially, so we could talk about that offline.
I love it.
If it's not appropriate to talk about here, but there's what I also love about that, when you're not just sharing it just to be like, look what I'm doing, I'm amazing. You're doing it, because that's not easy. Like, travel isn't always so glamorous, but the reason you're creating these experiences is because of the transformation and opportunities to heal and grow and support in that way. So just like you're providing, the reason I brought that up is, just like you're providing flexible opportunities for people to move and still be active, even if they might be not have access to gyms, etc. You could do that with these in-person experiences too. If where it makes sense.
Yes.
Maybe not next year because you said you only have one retreat, but who knows? There might be others who would want to carry your torch forward, even if you personally can't lead the retreat. So I don't know.
Yes. No, I'm. It's already in the plans. I'm only doing one in Costa Rica next year. I'm doing a U.S. tour. So I'll be in several different cities. So I'll be dropping the dates in the cities here soon.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, come to Rochester or Buffalo. Let's do it.
Definitely. I'm from Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm definitely doing, I'll be doing something in Buffalo. Maybe we could talk about Rochester. Yes, let's definitely hop on a call. It's long waited anyways. So we definitely need to. Let's definitely do that.
I didn't even know about your other book. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you for being visible. I'll land my plane here, but just thank you. Thank you through it all. Just your willingness to be visible is a deep encouragement to me to keep doing that myself. So thank you. I love and appreciate you.
Thank you. I love and appreciate you too, Jessica. And, one of the things that a mentor of mine said once is, you got to show up no matter what, because if you don't, then you're robbing the people that need you at your true, authentic, raw self. So no matter how messy it is, no matter how you're feeling, if you show up vulnerable and authentically you're doing the right thing, and you're going to call in the right people, right, that need you right at those moments. And if you don't, if you go into your shell, and if you don't, and you're invisible or you don't show up, then you're robbing the people that need to hear you in those moments. And I think, God, universe puts us in these spaces, and they're so magical, and it's always right on time, and so that just keeps me going. And I'm reminded all the time when I want to shrink, when I want to cocoon, when I don't want to show up, when I want to cancel. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to. I'm going to show up just as I am. And I always say it's no fancy studio for those of you who are over on social media, and you can see me on video, I literally have a 3x5 card with 5 bullets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How to not fall off your fitness fall. I literally have 5 bullets, and that's it. So I speak from the heart, true, authentic, right? So this is it. No fancy studio, just me and you having a conversation about life. And so I don't know any other way to be than just messy with a 3x5 card in my heart and my willingness to serve and pour into people. And it fills my cup every single time. So it's a co-creative process. And, you know, as you mentioned, Jessica, like these retreats and the travel is not glamorous, but I need it just as much as everyone else does, because I need the community. I need the love. I need the mentorship. I need the support too. So it's a beautiful space where everyone is just aligned in the right purpose and in the right passion in the right space. And that's what creates the magic. And that's what creates the transformation. And that's what keeps me going. So I can't not do what I do. It's just not possible. It's not an option. It's not possible. So here I am, all me, not showered, you know, in my gym clothes, messy bun, big sweatshirt, no matter what. So, thank you so much for your beautiful comments. I do have to close the room, but if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, you know, anything at all, please send me a message. Follow me over on Instagram. Send me a message. Tap into the beautiful coaches and the speakers on stage here with Breakfast with Champions and my incredible team. Shout out to my incredible Cruise Beyond Limits team, because we're not meant to do this life alone. Get out there, get coached, get mentored, ask for help, do the hard things and show up anyways, no matter what. Do it messy, do it ugly, but just keep going. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. I'm closing the room in 3, 2, have a great day, everyone. Cheers. Cruise Beyond Limits.